Make sure my Doge is in the frame.
Thor!
You freaking demon dog.
He's not a
He's
demon.
He's a devil.
He's not misunderstood.
He's not misunderstood.
He's
He understands.
misunderstood. He's a little
no,
emo boy.
No. Yeah. He's an emo
He's a
baby.
violent emo boy.
He's a violent emo boy. But you know what? He's just trying like the rest of us out here. Anyway, welcome back to the podcast.
Backpack.
Welcome to what the fuck is this? I don't
Oh,
know.
you're hosting today. There's 18.
I'm hosting. 18. God damn. All right, whatever.
We didn't even say the episode on the last recording.
Good. That's fine. Whatever. It doesn't
I didn't
matter at this
jump
point.
straight in. No, we didn't.
I didn't know.
That's fine.
We didn't.
Who cares?
Nope.
Anyway,
That
welcome
podcast.
back to another episode of Heard from a Friend. We are your lovely, stupid. I was trying to think of something, but I was like, that's a little harsh.
Guy.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, we are your hosts. I am your host for today. I really only have two topics that I could think of. But I feel like we can go off on a tangent on both. But anyway,
I don't know, man. I don't know about that.
What's a tangent?
This dude didn't
Just
pass
kidding.
fucking third grade math, dude.
Nah, you stuttered. Don't count no more.
I didn't say I passed English. All right, that's different.
If I say what the fuck, math? You said math, and then he just went along with it.
Listen,
And here we are.
this just shows that we went to public school, right, dude?
Hey, public school.
I forgot who the fuck what I was talking with my coworker about it the other day. Like we were just talking about the stupid shit, and he was just like, yeah, you know what's a good excuse? Like anytime you say something dumb, it's just like, oh, dude, I'm sorry, I went to public school. Like,
I mean, honestly, facts, dude. Like, public school didn't teach me shit. You know what public school taught me? Taught me how to fight.
ew.
That's what it taught me how to do.
That's true. I didn't really learn this. I didn't get this personality and the way that I talk, speak, or think from public school. That's for damn sure. I learned it from
From the streets.
not even from that. What the like I think of like the one time that somebody was hitting me up. So Mao, as some of you may know. And what's it called? Hooked up
Blackbeat.
with someone. It went south. It was just like I wasn't into it. They just kept talking, and it was just like, just shut the fuck up. Like I'm not in the mood to talk. This is supposed to be a get in, get out type of thing. I'm getting mine. He doesn't really care if he gets his. So I'm like, let's just keep going. He just wouldn't shut up, and I was just like, oh my god. And then he asked me like 5 times in a row, like, are you almost done? Are you almost done? And I was like, oh my god, no. But then he's like, are you gonna? And I just looked at him. I was like, no, I'm not gonna finish. No. And he was like, oh, okay. And then he proceeded to tell me about his job for like 5 minutes, and I just felt like an attorney. And I was just standing there like, oh, God.
This man got post nut clarity.
I should just leave. I should just walk away. But I just something in me is just like, he's gonna know. Like it was just so many variables that I was just thinking of. So I was just like, I'll just put up with it. So then finally reached the lull, so I went home. A couple days later, I get a message on Grindr, and this guy was like, hey. And I was like, hey, what's up? Normal shit. But then he was like, yo, so I know who you are. And I was like,
Huh?
well, okay.
you the neighborhood hoe.
Yeah, I was like, who I be? You tell me. Who am
You
I?
that dude sucking dick.
No, so that's the thing is that so it wasn't even me that was doing the given or the pleasure. I was the one receiving it. So I was just like, he was doing, the job but poorly.
Okay.
So that's why I was like, God, no wonder I'm the one that does the job because I do it right. So this guy's like, yeah, your dick don't work, huh? And I was like, huh?
Be like, it just works too good.
Excuse me? Who the fuck are you? He's like,
yo,
he was like, yeah, my homie that like told me that you're like you say you're this, but you're actually not. Like people. So there's a stigma or what's the word I'm looking for?
A stereotype?
Like, not stereotype. It's when they have it's like a bias. People are biased towards people that say they're versed because most people aren't really versed. they're usually just a bottom most of the time. Like if you say your verse, then you're most of the time a bottom.
Yeah.
But I was like, no, your friend just gives terrible head
That's
and
fucked
just
up.
doesn't know when to shut the fuck up.
I
So
love it.
you tell them that, because I blocked them. And they were like, that's not what I hear. I hear your shit don't work and you just don't know what you're doing. I'm like, babe, all I did was stand there and just let him try to do his thing, but he just didn't know when to close his mouth and suck. And that's it. So I don't know who the fuck you think you are coming at me with all this bullshit. I don't even know who you are, you little bottom. So you better back the fuck up. So then it was like a little back and forth. Then it kind of reached a point where I'm just like, then he said, why are you so pressed? I'm like, me pressed? You hit me up on a hookup app.
Talk shit about my dick.
Do you even know me?
Yo, imagine being
I'm
on this
the
app.
best one.
I just thought about it. I'm like, you met a dude who got on the app who just genuinely just wanted to suck dick. Like he wasn't even in it to like bust a nut. It was just more like, I'm gonna go around this app and see how many nuts I could bust.
Yeah.
Or
Hey.
yeah, help people bust or whatever.
That man's doing God's work, dude.
Yeah, and I was like,
Poorly.
yeah, I was just like,
It's
homie,
November,
this
dude.
is not like this sounds fucking stupid. You sound like you have too much fucking free time on your hands, and you should go and help your friend learn to suck some better dick. Because clearly your mouth is running way too much, just like his. And then his next response to that was like, you sound like a politician. I'm like, educated? Shit, could it be me, bitch? Well, I guess it could be me. God damn, but you won't catch me saying shit like that. Thank you so much. Listen, when you want some proper dick and a nice chill vibe, you hit me up. Until then, peace. And then that was the end of the conversation. So
Respect.
yeah, it was ridiculous.
It's funny, dude. Like anyone can come up with an insult and say shit like on the streets, like, "Oh, you fucking dumb bitch" or whatever the fuck, right?
Mhm.
But when you give it to them like in a educated manner, and it's just like, yeah, you give them big words and they don't understand. It's like, you stupid. Don't even talk to me, dude.
You think you're smart, huh? And I'm like, I don't think it's
Nah.
a matter of thinking.
But like,
It's a
nah, I'm
matter
poor.
of
I went to public
knowing.
school.
I don't even think I'm that smart, to be honest. I think I'm like the reason why I was saying so like public school, what we were just saying is like I didn't learn how to talk or think like this. I learned it from like honestly from online because I was
Yeah.
online a lot, and I learned it from Tamara. Love you if you're ever watching this. And I learned it from her friends, and they were like at the time I was like 13 and they were 23, so I was hanging out with like 23, 26, 28-year-olds while I was like in 13, little middle school-y, learning about just people adult point of views, but they're like hippies kind of. Not really, they just smoked a lot of weed and vibed and shit like that. So but they were political and everything like that. It was
Dude.
basically liberal but chill liberal
Mhm.
with yeah, that was kind of about it. So
Dope.
that's
With
how
the
I
hippie
learned to
vibes.
do all this. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Cheers.
So sticking with the hippie shit.
Mm.
So hippies, as we know, known to have done some pretty. Okay. So, known for
my turn, my
doing
turn, my
some
turn.
cool.
Hippies.
Known
Got
for
you.
doing things like weed.
Yes.
The LSD. Whole thing. Psychedelics. You know.
Hallucinogenics, no?
Hallucinogenics. Yeah.
Hallucinogenics.
That's a better. Okay. Anyway.
That's one of the words. Mm-hmm.
So one of the forms of doing it or of these hallucinogenics is edible type of things, right? So like shrooms, for example, magic shrooms. Apparently, this lady, I saw a thing by the National Forest Association or some shit like that. Not about shrooms.
Frogs?
Frogs.
Oh yeah.
Apparently, they literally put out tweets or some shit saying, "Hey, can y'all stop licking frogs? It's fucking
Licking
up
their backs and
environment
shit?
or some shit."
Straight up.
Yeah.
And I was just
That is
like,
a thing.
yeah, so it just
Fuck,
makes me
dude.
fucking laugh. I'm like, how? I want to know first of all, who's the first one that decided to lick a frog, and then also
Somebody
like,
high off their mind already, guaranteed.
and
Probably
then
someone who
somebody's-
was like deep into like science who knew like if I lick this one, it won't kill me.
No,
It won't unalive me, but
guaranteed it was someone stoned. There's no way. There's no
Yeah.
way that someone would like maybe somebody. No, you know what? Maybe a doctor that was like looking up the regenerative properties of a reptile and then or amphibian or cold-blooded reptile, whatever a
or
frog is, and then decided to like look at the chemical composition of it and realize, oh, this frog produces the same chemical as LSD.
you know
Let's
what
run some tests.
you know what I
And
thought
then
when
the
you
test
said
was
that?
done.
Mm.
It's just some stupid fucking person who was like, "Oh, look, it's a frog. It's cute," and they kissed it and they got really high off of that.
Oh, I mean, maybe shit.
Maybe. No, okay,
Who knows?
so the thing
But
is
back
like,
then,
yeah,
journals were published.
I
Pretty
think
sure someone read it and said,
I think Lee's like more on to it because from what I saw, like they said that the specific frog, I forget what the fuck it's called, but there's a specific frog that people are like licking that it's poison, really. It's
yeah,
poisonous
it is.
because
Too
what's
much
it
of it
called?
could kill you.
Right, but it has
Yeah.
a specific chemical. I forget what the fuck it is. It starts with a D or some shit like DTX, some shit like that. Point is that chemical by itself can be used as a hallucinogenic, like by itself, like from like you can buy that technically and actually like get high off of it. It's illegal, obviously, but that is a thing. So
Yeah, it's poison.
no. So what's it called? It's
Oh,
it's found
sorry.
in the frog.
The name of the toad is Sonoran desert toad.
That one.
That's the name of
There
it.
you go.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it's that chemical or whatever is found in the poison that it secretes from its back or whatever the fuck. But it won't do shit to you because it's like not the main thing, and on top of that there's so many other things on there that literally people like the like I said, the Forest Association or whatever the fuck, they're saying like, yeah, if you even try to do it, more than likely you won't die, but you're probably gonna have to end up going to the hospital because that in the
Yeah.
end of it is just fucking straight up poison. So it's like, please
Yeah.
don't fucking go out there and just start licking frogs' asses or anything like that. Like,
Yeah. Certain frogs, not all frogs, and it's not even that one specifically. There are a bunch of different frogs actually that produce a chemical that does cause hallucinations. Hallucinations, yeah. But there is one specifically that I think I want to say it's basically the equivalent of ayahuasca. for
Isn't
those
it
of them
isn't
with
it that like
ayahuasca.
yellow jacket looking one?
I don't know. I don't
It's
remember.
it's all yellow with black spots, but that one like could kill you.
that's a poison
I
dart frog, I
remember.
think.
I remember
Right? The one in the
watching.
the rainforest.
The one that our ancestors used to use.
Yeah.
Apocalypto, dude.
Yeah. You know exactly
I
which
know
one.
exactly what you're talking about. That's just lit, dude.
It's a good movie.
Watch that movie if you haven't.
Apocalypto.
It's apparently very historically inaccurate, but it's
Oh
cool
yeah,
either
like
way.
super.
Yeah.
Except the last part when you see the Spaniards come.
Oh well, yeah. You know, and then they came.
Then they came.
They came
came
and
all
then
over.
they just eradicated.
They came and
like,
they kept coming.
fuck Christopher Columbus.
Yeah,
Oh,
that guy's a
okay.
scumbag.
Mhm.
It's
What?
called Cambo, Kambo.
Okay.
Combo is the new ayahuasca, and apparently it is produced from uh stressed out frogs. It's a secretion that frogs
That's fucked up.
release when they're stressed. So
Oh.
it's not from what I remember, it's nothing hardcore. I think you kind of just hold them for too long or something. I remember watching a documentary because I was watching a Vice video or something on hallucinogenics, and they showed like in a specific desert, I think in Arizona or in California or somewhere like that, there is a type of desert fruit, flower, or something that grows, but it's on like native grounds or something. Like basically this thing is produced and grows, and they keep this plant on constant like observation and like lock and key almost, basically with guards and things like that, because it's worth so much money, and it's also like super dangerous because if you do too much of it, you can die basically, from what I remember. So people are there's it's just constantly monitored, but there are ways to get it. Everybody figures out ways or whatever, the
Sure.
means
Yeah.
methods,
Knowing
means,
a
or
guy
whatever.
knows a guy knows a guy.
Exactly.
Yep.
So there's that, and then there's also like the frog thing. I forgot what else, and also different like ways. But yeah, this one is called. I think this might be a new one because I remember there being like a different name, but I guess it's the combo tree frog, and then
Okay.
the actual drug that is like ayahuasca. They call it combo or Kambo.
Cambo.
So Cambo, you
Mm.
know, I don't know. But yeah,
Gross. Dude, people are
frogs be crazy.
people are crazy, dude. Just why are
Yeah,
you
that's true.
why are
Why
you
you
fucking
sucking
around
on
with
frogs
animals
to
so
get-
much?
Why you
Sucking on
It's the
frogs.
same. It's the same idea as like, why the fuck are people drinking cow's milk? Like, who's the first person to look at a cow and just be like, "I'm gonna
I
suck on
want to
the
milk it
titties"?
and I want to drink it. Yeah,
Ew.
true.
Now we squeeze them out of almonds or whatever the fuck.
That is also true. Who went out of their way to like grind up or puree almonds or oats?
It's like
What the
I
fuck
saw.
is soy?
I don't know.
What
Oh
the fuck
my
is
god.
soy?
Isn't soy just ground? Like, isn't it like dirt?
I don't know.
No,
Well, why are
is
we at?
it dirt? No.
Yeah,
Dude.
soy
Okay.
soy's found in dirt.
Is it?
Yeah,
We're stupid as shit, man.
this is what.
What is soy?
I
This,
thought soy was like a plant.
Legume.
Yeah, like legume.
Soy is a legume that has been cultivated for thousands of years, and it is used for its protein and oil
bean.
content. Yeah, which are both high in calories and fat. This makes it useful for vegetarians and vegans who want high calorie food.
Who cares?
Soy contains many different nutrients, including calcium, iron,
All right.
magnesium,
All right,
phosphorus.
fuck.
I just had
potassium,
a
and zinc.
fucking burger. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, I mean, either way, it's just good to know things.
All right.
That's interesting.
Realistic.
though.
Okay. While
Sees
we're
all
on the
that's
I
walking
conversation,
remember
by.
hearing though that soy was bad for you, not like bad, but now knowing
Everything is
why,
bad for
because
you.
it's high on calories and fat.
Ah.
Dude, I had no idea.
Well, okay.
Well, I mean, you have to understand that like vegans and vegetarian people don't really get all that high protein and stuff like that. So high calories isn't a bad thing. It's just because they're not consuming so much calories like we are. Then that
Yeah.
Well, isn't there a difference? Even if it's high on calories, you're still missing that protein. Oh
Yeah.
no, this does have protein. I
Yeah.
literally
it
just
it
read
doesn't
that.
have it doesn't have as much though. Like
Yeah.
at least what a well body needs.
Yeah.
But there's a
That
bunch
was
of
for what is
substitutes and
soy
shit like that
mean.
now that substitute that.
I was gonna say
No, that's
like
protein. Yeah. Mm.
so. Realistically, do you guys think you could ever become vegetarian minimum?
Okay, so
vegetarian with some pescatarian, if I could be. If not, if not pescatarian and truly vegan, then I don't think so.
because
to
my
be honest.
my sister-in-law is actually she's pescatarian. I'm
Is
like
there a difference between the two?
Yeah.
Should I say
Yeah.
pescatarian?
yeah,
Oh.
pescatarian is different than
Pescatarian just means
Then-
you're willing to eat fish and seafood,
You're,
right?
yeah. Yeah, no meat,
But
nothing
no
like that. But
red meat, basically.
Mhm.
Then only pescatarian. I don't think I could be vegetarian.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real.
I'm gonna be real. I've been wanting to try, like just 1 month. But just 1 month of being a fucking
Well, you have to like ease into stuff like that
Yeah,
sometimes too,
obviously.
because the body, because the body is so like that's why people always recommend like if you're gonna go on a diet, don't ever just change your diet right there.
oh yeah,
right
you
then.
can't cold turkey things. Yeah,
Yeah, because it will actually like do worse for your body than if you just
yeah.
ease
It's
your
like
way into it, because
yeah,
you
yeah,
can harm
'cause you-
yourself more than
yeah.
the good.
It's just
so.
It makes you eat more. No, like you end up going backwards. Like you consume more.
No,
than
You basically
well-
binge. There's
Yeah, there you
that,
go,
But
that's
it's
the
also
word.
like your body's just not used to all that green and all that.
your body kind
all
of
that,
goes into
like-
shock, right?
Exactly,
Yeah.
because it's
Your-
missing these everyday.
your body's like, where's the liquor?
I mean, yeah, that's withdrawal right there. That's
Echame
your
alcohol.
body basically goes through withdrawal. That's honest. Because
Yeah.
even with people that try to cut down on sugar or caffeine, you get caffeine withdrawals,
Yeah.
sugar
Oh my
withdrawals,
god.
that shit like that. So
I-
and it really fucks with your head. Like you start like craving it. You start getting headaches. It's literally like
Did I tell you guys?
soft withdrawal session from like
That-
doing drugs. And shit.
Huh.
Did I tell you guys I officially like cut off Red Bulls? Like I don't drink or crave. Like I haven't drank or want a Red Bull in
Listen.
forever. And I thought of Richard because I was like, Richard used to give me shit about it because of how many him and I used to drink. Like Richard doubled me on a regular base.
I would,
I was drinking a Red Bull like at 6 in the morning every day. There was like I was time stamped. It was like 6, 12, 2, and then like 7 or 6 if I had the chance. But I always had a Red Bull in my hand. I haven't had a Red Bull, and then on top of that, I've officially like started cutting off like caffeine, like coffee. And I'm
You
switching
drink
to like
coffee like that?
yeah, every day. I have a Keurig at home too. I have a
I
Keurig in
didn't
my
even
room.
drink coffee like that.
Yeah.
That's
I do iced
interesting.
coffee. That's it at this point.
No, I like
every day.
like,
every day. Well,
Yeah.
except for
Do?
weekends.
Oh shit.
So
Well, I
oh,
feel
dude,
like
no.
you-
I
No, no,
like
no,
during
no.
during the week I do black coffee. Like I'll do black iced coffee.
no,
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
like-
yeah. And then
like Steve was
Mhm.
saying, like I used to drink, I used to drink 2 in the morning. What's it called? 1 for my lunch, and then 2 when I went home. That was like
when were you eating?
shit. That's a good question.
Dude,
I would eat
on
like
God,
once a
no
day. Like,
wonder.
I still kind
Like
of do.
we
but-
all take so long in the bathroom. Listen, not to get too much TMI, but
No,
we all
man.
have terrible digestive systems, and we all take so long in the restroom. No wonder, because I eat like shit. Not gonna lie. Now knowing your guys'
No,
coffee
trust,
fucking
dude.
situation and caffeine
Yeah.
situation, Jesus
Well,
Christ.
I mean, you have to understand
like
too. Like
now,
even
I could not like every time somebody tells me they're just straight coffee, like in the morning, nothing else. I'm like, it makes my stomach bother. I'm like, shit.
I started
God,
adding
literally
a little.
shit. Oh my God.
I literally started adding protein to like my mornings. So like
Oh my
I'll drink a
God.
coffee and then like if I get the chance I'll buy like lately I've been doing I shouldn't because it's such a waste of money. And I can do it at home, but like I'll buy fruit or like I'll do like Starbucks' little like protein like packs, which is like it has cheese, almonds, things like that, just to eat while I'm drinking my coffee, and it's helped. But my body's consuming so much fiber now that I'm literally fucking like nonstop. Like I have to like I like literally always in the bathroom. I'm like, dude, I'm so tired of this shit. Literally.
Jesus.
Well, that's good though. Honestly, I need more fiber.
Yeah, same actually.
Every now
Just
and
take
then
pills.
I'll go through a lull. No, I don't really like doing like
They taste like
The
shit.
thing about
but-
me
when it
with
comes to
pills-
vitamins and stuff like that. Like, yeah, supplements. I like to try to like incorporate that into my food. Honestly,
Speaking of that,
I'm just so fucking terrible. Oh my God.
What, does he
Dramatic
use the
ass.
restroom or is
No,
he
he's gotta go
taking-
fucking take his. Anyway,
What?
a perfect example. I just always fucking forget, and I'm always put it off because I'm just like oh, I'll take them later, blah blah blah, or it just becomes a thing where I forget about it to the point where I just forget they even exist. Like, and after a while, I look at it, I'm just like, oh yeah, that's the fucking $20 bottle of vitamins that I fucking bought, thinking I was actually gonna start taking them, and I didn't.
The only thing that I've kept up on that, which I honestly kind of fucked up my hair, I think, because I didn't keep up with it, was biotin. Men's
I heard
biotin,
this fuck you up. Yeah.
because I took because as we can see, you know, we're young, but the hair ain't what it used to be. And I was using Hims, and they, you know, were promoting like whatever, like
Yeah.
people see those biotin commercials. So it was like just their package deal, and you get some stuff. You get like the shaving cream, like it's self-care stuff. And I was like, oh, okay,
Mhm.
well, I need some of these things. So I got it, and there's like oil, but the oil for sure I cannot keep up. Like that was not gonna happen. I think I might have done it once, and then I forgot the next day, and then by the third day I was just already like down on myself. I was like, you're just gonna forget. Don't even bother. So but they had gummies. The gummies I kept up with, and I don't really. To me, there wasn't really a big difference. And the first month was fine, but then after that, that's when they get you. It's the like the renew, and that was just too much money. So I ended up canceling it, and my hair went from what it like normal to like kind of crappy, and it's kind of never really. It recovered a bit because I did start buying products that were like make my hair feel better.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, after
Like,
that, like the next
hair-
couple
hair-
months, it was
hair care
fucking
is so scary to me.
terrible. What'd you say?
Hair
Hair care, like taking
hair care.
vitamins and things like that. Like,
Mm.
because I know like you mentioned, like there are like after effects if you don't keep up with it.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
my
Like-
body was just so used to it.
And
once I
like
cut
my
it out, I
mom,
was like,
my
where's
mom,
the nutrients?
yeah, my mom started doing that, and like her hair's thin now because she stopped keeping up with it.
Mm,
So like she doesn't. I mean, she has a lot of hair, but it's all very thin.
mm.
So it's the same thing. It's because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at my table earlier, and I was like, dude, I have so many like just supplements and fucking like pills and shit now. I'm like,
I had no
how
idea what
fucking
that-
old? How old am I now? Like, I just
That's
have a bunch.
different. It's like
No, but it's not even that. Like I'm literally taking like actual like health pills. Like I have my one a days. I have like I started taking like fish oil pills. I started doing all these things.
That's still
Like-
self-care.
Yeah.
That's
No,
different.
like nothing in the sense of like medication or anything like that. No,
Right.
I do want to take like there's these pills that's for like skin and like nails.
That's biotin,
Like-
isn't it?
Is
I'm
that
pretty
biotin?
sure that's the same
That's
thing.
biotin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Biotin's for sure for hair. I don't know if it does it for nails, but I think
No, not hair, just
Possibly.
skin and nails.
Well, no, it's the same thing. Like,
it's about
as far as I know,
Yeah.
I could be wrong,
I
but
don't know.
my prescription or my pill prescription pile has been created. It is at its small stages. Not because of anything that I need to take regularly, is because of like I had strep a couple times and during the summer, and I just like the accumulation of those antibiotics just
Just
they give
piling
you
up.
pain
Yeah.
pills for the
I
most
mean,
part. So
it's
just
good.
over there.
I-
What's good? What?
Like having antibiotics.
Oh, they're
on
not really
you? I
antibiotics.
don't-
They're like what is like ibuprofen and something else. It was
I
something for, like,
I had
like,
to
the
stop
pain.
taking ibuprofen because like
How
I used
often
to
were you
get
taking it?
well, I used to get migraines. Like my migraines were really bad to the point where like I was like
I was
Maybe it's all
Right.
the coffee you're
I
drinking.
was about to
no,
bring it back to that. No.
It was when I
or
was
the
younger.
lack of coffee. Maybe you were
Well, that
like,
there's
cutting it
that,
out.
yeah.
I was gonna bring it back to
I
that.
I was prescribed actual like ibuprofen pills, like high, like shit that would like fucking knock me out because of how bad they were. And yeah, no, like I had to cut them off. Like I completely had to start cutting off, even if I had like a migraine or a headache or whatever the fuck, because my brain was like instantly wired to like pill, 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 to the point where it's like, yo, these aren't taking it anymore. Let me get a higher dosage, and they're like, yo, hold up, chill, pill popper, like relax. So like it's very rare now that I take like Advil or ibuprofen, just because like the same thing. Like my body was just so accustomed and adjusted to that shit. I wasn't taking 2, I was taking 4, and I was like, nah, like let me take this, let me get this shit out of me. But no, I had to cut all that out because it was bad, and it's so bad for your liver too. Apparently,
Yeah,
like,
no
all that
shit.
shit.
What the fuck?
Well,
Any
yeah,
medication is
yeah,
bad for your liver.
exactly.
Like at the end
Not alcohol.
What the fuck? Anyway, bringing it back to the caffeine shit. So when I was drinking like a shit ton of energy drinks every fucking day, I did it because I was like, oh, I need the energy for work, and going to a morning schedule when I'd be staying up till 3-4 in the morning is a fucking bitch. So I just needed it to wake up. But it got to the point where it actually started fucking me up. Like my digestive system. I started getting a lot of acid reflux, like really fucking bad. And
Damn.
what's it called? Basically, like I was just like, okay, well, like I started looking up like symptoms or whatever the fuck, because I didn't know anything. Like, and I looked it up, and it's like, yeah, a lot of caffeine can do it. A lot of fucking
Yeah, you're dying.
carbonated
Or
drinks or
lack
energy
of-
drinks,
Or
right?
too much
Yeah.
caffeine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So I was just
Women
like,
D.
so I had been saying for the longest too, like I was like, okay, well, you know what? I'm just gonna fucking quit, because either way, it's a lot of fucking money wasted on fucking energy drinks. So I was like,
It's so much money,
Mhm.
dude. Like each can is like $4 or $5, and it's like, fuck, this shit's
especially for
expensive.
Red Bull, because it realistically you could go the cheap route and get Monster, which because they have like 2 for
Oh.
3 deals or whatever. the fuck.
No, those are
But
disgusting.
yeah, for me, Monster just tastes disgusting. I was specifically addicted to the fucking sugary, fucking watermelon Red Bulls. Like those were fucking the best thing to me. It was crack.
Which one's the green one? The dragon fruit one.
I don't know.
That one is.
But anyway,
Miss it.
I cold turkeyed it. I immediately just fucking stopped buying any.
I remember you.
Dude, he
doing
had sweats.
I
He
had
had
sweats.
He was irritable. You were kind of a bitch.
I was
Yeah.
going through
Fine.
withdrawal.
Like he was,
essentially.
like he was
That's what I'm saying. That's
he
what I
was
said,
so
because-
edgy,
but
like to
that's
anything.
Fine.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
He was very antsy.
what's it
Yeah.
called? Main thing that I noticed immediately was just headaches, constant headaches all the fucking time. And what's it called? I'm not fully off caffeine technically or whatever, because I do drink coffee. Like I said, I drink it every day.
Mhm.
I used to drink a lot more with like espresso and shit, like shots.
You should do decaf.
No, I used to do 3 fucking shots of fucking
Espresso?
espresso in my coffee.
Espresso.
Uh-huh. And
Jesus.
Blonde or regular?
regular. And then
Oh.
fucking what's it called?
That's how you know we're addicts.
Eventually,
dude. We know
yeah,
the difference.
eventually I brought it down like to the point where right now where I'm like it's just the coffee by itself, and honestly mostly creamer. But what's it called? Even then I'm still working to like try to kick it entirely. Like I've gone days now where I don't drink it, but for the most part, I still buy it every morning, like around 9
Not gonna
o'clock.
lie, not gonna lie. Like I did that today, and I've done it a couple days already. Like I feel good. Like it feels nice to like not drink coffee like throughout the day.
Yeah.
Like there's points where I'm like passing out. Like I was literally standing today and like typing.
Mm-hmm.
Like at work, I was like this, and I felt myself like just. I was like, whoa. I was like, nope. And I was like, let me stretch. Let me just walk around for a second.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I've been really trying, especially because I take pre-workout. Like I've
That's
been
even
really
worse,
trying.
dude.
I'm telling you, I've been like really fucking trying to like just cut off like as much as I can. Like I have, but I'm not gonna lie, I need the pre-workout. Like I need it. I'm not gonna cut that out. Like I won't.
Okay, addict.
I drink water.
Alcohol.
I
I
drink
love
water
water, too.
every single day. If I ever drink anything else, it's most likely a Sprite, or late at night I'll have a Starbucks drink. It's the caramel frap. It's nothing coffee. It's literally just a caffeinated
Just
milkshake.
sugar.
Like that's what
Yeah.
I have.
Yeah.
Because I mean, again, I can't really do dairy like at all. So it's just a nice alternative. But it does cost a lot because I do delivery. But that's the way I see it. I'm like, you have dessert.
Yeah.
Just treat myself.
I think that's what it
But
was for me for the energy drinks
yeah.
too. It was obviously the caffeine is there, but also the sugar. Because
Mhm.
I remember before I worked at my current job. I worked Target, mentioned it a couple times. And me,
Hate that place.
Steve and I worked at the electronics booth where on either side of the booth they put in these fucking energy drink. I think it was Rockstar actually.
Those Rockstars.
Rockstar vending machines, like the little coolers or whatever, right?
Wow.
And in those was their Rockstar whipped, what's it called? Energy drinks.
What?
Basically, it tasted
Like
like
whipped cream flavored?
think of it like a whipped
No.
soda type of thing, cream soda type of thing, right?
Yeah.
Oh, like a root beer float type of
Like a
situation
cream,
or something
like
like
a
that.
orange creamsicle type of thing.
Oh, got you. Okay,
So,
okay.
What's it
Gross.
called? I tried one, the strawberry one, because I was tempted. I was like, "Fuck yeah, I just want to see what it like how it tastes, whatever." Right? I tried it. I loved it. That shit tasted so fucking good. I still like honestly, I would probably drink another one, but still, I would end up fucking buying those like every fucking day that I'd go in. I'd buy like 2, and then eventually, like I said, that led up to its own small addiction. I managed to kick it, thankfully. But then I went into my new job, and I'm not saying I'm putting the blame on him, but it was definitely a catalyst. One of my coworkers, technically my boss, he was addicted to Red Bull. I'm pretty sure he's still addicted to Red Bull. I haven't talked to him in a while, but about it. But he's addicted to energy drinks, and he would start bringing me some like every day, and eventually that led to us kind of trading who was buying each other the Red Bulls that day. And
Dude, that was me at T-Mobile.
yeah, so that ended up causing me to fucking spiral, and yeah. At this point, like I said, I pretty much kicked it, but I still get a little bit of acid reflux now and then.
Yeah, I remember you were really
Could
bad.
also just be age, so.
True. I like after a while your body just like starts to accumulate some things, especially if you're not like taking care of it too well. Because I smoke weed, as some of you may know. But yeah, when you smoke weed, you accumulate more or produce more phlegm and just fluid in your system. Not really fluid. I'm trying to think of the word, but basically, if you want to take care of yourself, you could always do a lung detox. It's a type of tea, and it's honestly pretty easy to make from what I can tell. I saw it on TikTok. TikTok honestly will like kind of help you with some
Be
things.
saving lives, dude.
Yeah, it's nice. But I actually want to do one. It looks very easy, and you can. I think it doesn't even taste bad. Apparently, it's not like a terrible tasting tea. So I'm like, oh, I need to do some because that would be nice.
Nice
to get that in order at least,
right?
Because you know, smoking at the end of the day does harm to your lungs, no matter what kind of smoke you do.
No, what do you mean, dude?
No,
I don't believe that, dude. Look at the. Never mind.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say on this on the topic of TikTok and I guess your body. This is kind of going more into your mental. Not.
Oh.
I saw a TikTok about
I'm on mental health TikTok.
It's not mental health. It's really just more like kind of like.
So am I.
I think Okay, I was gonna say I think everyone is, but let's be realistic. I feel like we're on just that.
No, I'm on like
side of mental TikTok.
Man, I got on the depressed side of TikTok once, and it was a sound, and then it was the showing of like certain room settings because of like really deep depression, and I was like, whoa, that was
how it
rough.
affects you.
Oh, well, your living situation, like the room, like people like at some point they just do not just leave their room for the most part, and it just like accumulates trash upon trash or like just a bunch of piles. And I was like, oh my god, dude, that is crazy. I can't do that.
Richard just saw one that completely fucked them
That's a whole
earlier.
different one. That's a whole different one. I don't want to get into that because I feel
No,
like
no.
that's just no.
No, I'm just saying in a sense of like how these things like
But
really
these
do
things
affect
do
us.
affect me. Yeah, at least like the one that he's talking about made me have like the biggest revelation I've had in a while. As like how I kind of grew up or whatever. But still, and it leads me to understand myself better. Right?
You sent me that today. I
Did
think.
I?
I think.
Oh yeah,
I think
no,
I got
that
the
was
same
like 2 days
thing.
ago. Yesterday,
You
maybe.
or whenever you said like,
It was
oh,
2
that
days ago.
answers a lot of questions or something like
It
that.
just
I
like
saw it and I
made
was
me
like,
understand myself more, and I was just like, oh, okay, this answers a lot. But anyway,
honestly, it's nice getting those TikToks that are like. I think that's why I like mental health TikTok so much, because every now and then there's that gem of like advice or revelation that causes that sensation of like, oh,
Dude,
fuck.
honestly, my TikTok needs to get the fuck out of like just a bipolar state, because it'll go from like mental depressed and then like here's something really stupid, or here's Valorant. I'm like,
Dude.
make up your mind, because they'll be like, this is how my brain functions on a daily. Like, holy shit, I'm fucking. I was like, I'm wearing grippy socks now.
Not to go too far off of the what we're gonna get, whatever Rich is about to say. I was just gonna say, I now am getting shoe fucking TikToks because of the last fucking conversation we had.
Yes.
And the worst part, I do like the shoes that they show me because it's exactly the coloring and the style that I want. So I was like,
I'm gonna send you some guy.
No,
I'm gonna send you. No, I am.
Actually,
because
no, don't.
because you don't like to overly spend, and really nice shoes for like under $100.
Don't.
Really nice shoes under $100. I'm going to
want it.
I'm gonna send it just so it can fuck with your things, because
I don't like shoe TikTok.
You hear that phone?
Oh, now it's
send that shit.
Don't do it.
Send that shit to me. Send
Let me
all the
tell my
shoes.
FBI agent to like curate my fucking algorithm better.
Dude,
please.
my FBI agents
I'm now
drowning in
convinced that
tequila.
our personal FBI agents are in charge of our algorithm and changing like a setting, and they click a checkbox that's like shoes, click. Okay.
Like, how's he waking up today? Shoes, espresso, depresso.
Jeez.
Yeah.
All right, Richard. What were you gonna
say? Continue on with the fucking TikToks, informative ones or whatever. I saw this one about this girl who was saying that she was basically talking with this person, and I kind of want to ask you guys the same question. I feel like maybe you guys have heard it. When you, let's say, close your eyes right now and envision an apple, like, do you see that apple? Like, do you see it like fully texturized? Can you see the skin? Can you see the stem? Like all the little freckles on it or whatever? Or do you just see a black image?
Oh, no. I see it texturized. I see a red apple with like dots and a stem.
I was thinking red too. Like
the thing that
ran through water.
Yeah, the thing I was thinking of, whether or not it was bitten. I was like, did I take a bite of it, or is it just a perfect apple?
That's what I was like.
Nice.
I was waiting. I was like, is it a bit apple?
But it's a red. It's colored in.
Yeah.
So apparently, some people, like I said, when I ask you, do you see a black image? Some people can't envision shit. Some people, like, literally when you, like I said, like when you close your eyes and envision something, they can't see that mental image in their head. Like, all they literally see is just pitch black. And it varies for some people too. Like, some people can see, like, for example, the apple, but it's not fully detailed. You know, sometimes all they see is just, you know, the silhouette or
just the shape
red,
of it.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Right?
I see.
But it was tripping me out because then she also mentioned that some people don't have an inner voice. Like, for example, when they're reading shit.
Okay.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
That's just trippy to me. And I'm just like,
do you not?
No, I have it.
Okay.
I
My inner voice comes out, and I find myself talking to myself sometimes.
Well, see, that's the thing, is that I think there's a difference between people that like 100% keep it in. Like, not to say that you don't have one, because I'm pretty sure you do. Because, like, I think of Jasmine. I know you're gonna watch this. I'm pretty sure. If you don't, then all right. But if you do,
She has to
sorry.
have one.
But no, that's the thing, is that I think Jasmine has. She's our friend, by the way. We've mentioned her before. You see her on our streams. Her name is Shino Hakobo. She's pretty dope whenever
Mhm.
she's around. But what's it called? Every now and then when we're chilling with her, or if I'm chilling with her, like, we'll just be quiet. And I'm pretty sure she has one, but I think she has a looser one, or like a looser grip on it, because every now and then we'll be sitting there and I just hear like like I can't really like specifically say what she's saying, because it
Pig
is
Latin?
it's almost pig line, it's almost mumbling, but like it's like almost mumble shorthand. Like, she knows what she's saying, and I can kind of guess what she might be talking about depending on what we're doing. But for the most part, whenever we're gaming or talking or watching something, she'll like mumble. I almost like I said, it's mostly like rhythm and sound. Like, you can kind of guess what it's about, like according to what we're watching or digesting. And but I don't know exactly what she's saying, and I'm
Right.
just like, "What are you doing? What is that?" She's like, "Oh, I'm just mumbling to myself." I was like, "Oh, okay."
No, but
But yeah.
so yeah, it's like as some people were saying, or like I guess she said, like what happens like when they read something, like they're reading a book, for example. It's like
Oh
it's
yeah.
like, what is that like? Because like for me, when I read something, or like whether I'm reading tweets or fucking just reading a book, whatever the fuck, it's literally like myself. Like I hear myself saying the words and like in my head, um, and apparently some people just don't. Like they just, I don't fucking know what that entails, and
That's
it
interesting.
trips me out. I'm like, I need to know what the fuck you're thinking. Like
Maybe those are just the people who like read out loud because they don't have that inner voice. They just read out loud. Like, I've met people who like genuinely just read out loud, and it's
describe,
weird.
like,
But
do you? I don't know. In my head, I'm in my head when I'm reading this. I'm like, I just pulled up my phone and it just pulled up the first thing is the frog thing,
mhm.
and I'm not really like looking at it and thinking of myself reading it out loud. I'm just looking at it and then just reading it with my eyes. Like, it's not really. I'm not like actively, like, I don't feel like I could be like I'm sitting in a room and reading it. Like, that does not, like, it's just
Uh,
goes
I think
flowless.
you just
Like,
have to be in the place to like actually do it, because obviously we're talking. There's a lot of different things
I mean,
happening, so
I
it's
feel
like
like,
I'm
I
saying like
guess.
what you just gotta catch yourself doing it on your own. Because
Well,
like
even
I know
when
exactly what
I'm
Richard's talking about. Because I do. I mean I for sure have an inner voice. Like when I read something, or like I'm genuinely like reading a book, or I'm like reading like a tweet or some shit. Like I can hear myself reading it in my brain. Like
yeah.
my voice is like playing it, you know. And then every once in a while, like I'll catch myself talking to myself, but like in between of like what's happening, and I'm like, oh, I was like, did my inner voice just come out? I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
I
stay in there, you
feel
weirdo.
oh, wait, well,
Hmm?
okay, well, because you guys just himself talking, like, do you mean to yourself? I feel like that's
Yeah,
just normal. That's just like,
but there's
you're
people who
just
don't.
I don't talk to myself like that. Like in
that's
a
what I'm saying. I think
yeah.
that's
Like,
just
I've
like
had
schizophrenia,
conversations.
Steve.
Like I'll think to my and out loud. It's like, no, not really. Maybe like very very rarely will I ever just be like, oh, should I do it like this, blah blah blah, like whatever. But that's usually all inside my head, right? Like that's
Mhm.
literally me just thinking and just fucking, um, I guess technically talking to myself, but it's literally all just happening in my head, not out loud. Um, so that's why I'm saying, like when I read it or read something, I can literally hear myself saying it, like even with inflection, with tone, and all this stuff. And
Mm.
then, what's it called? I don't know if that's the same for you guys. Like whether it's I can literally hear myself saying it, like how I
I
would
think I
read out
kind
loud.
of do. Maybe I don't know. I feel like it's a mixture of like just. Because I was thinking, like, when I read a book or if I'm reading manga or something, well, not really manga, it's usually book. If I'm reading text or even an audio book, I guess the audiobook less so because I'm more listening to the words, but my brain is always just constantly thinking or imagining things. Like, in general, like anyone could say like a keyword or a
Yeah,
phrase that will trigger, not really like angry trigger, but trigger like my brain to just go on its own tangent instead of me verbalizing it. unless I think it was like a really cool thing, then I will verbalize what I just like saw in my head. But like I feel like when I think about when I'm reading a story or something, I'm like sitting there, like if it's a book, I'm sitting there and I'm reading it, and I'm not reading it out loud for sure. So it is me being read in my head,
Mm,
but for the most part, all the tone and things are being said, but it's all like there's an image going at the same time. I feel like it's a mixture of both, I guess. I don't know. I don't really catch myself ever reading out loud. If I'm reading out loud, it's when I'm texting because I feel like it just makes me text faster and I make sure I'm texting everything correctly.
mm.
Because if I say everything in my head for the most part, I go too fast. And I miss some words or I'll misspell some words. So for the most part, I will sometimes word out
I-
my text messages, but like as I'm typing like that, like I'll do
Yeah.
it at like that. But that's like the extent of it,
I think that's the
honestly.
opposite for me. Like if when I text, I think of everything I'm gonna say beforehand, like, and then I type it out, like, but not
Right.
like
Mhm.
what's it called, type as I go type of things. If I
I
if
think
I if
that's
it's
the
short enough, then
difference
I'll do it.
between that's
But
how I
that's
think that's that shows the difference between how we react to things. Because I'm very like something just happened. What the fuck you mean something just happened? And for you, you're like, oh, all right. And then I think you digest what's happening a little bit
yeah.
more than I do. Like I like you when I'll take it and it's an instant like reaction. For you, it's like a um I guess thought out action or a
I
reaction or
just
something. Like there's more thought to it.
Yeah, I will say I see what you're saying. For me, with I guess if I get like some fucking crazy news or whatever the fuck, I do tend to just like sit and kind of think about what is
Digest it.
happening, what do I need to do if I need to do anything, and then like what's the appropriate response here, I guess,
Mhm.
according to myself. Um,
Right.
Unless I'm pissed. Then if I get like super mad, like
Yeah.
then that's when I'll just fucking like break out and just
I
be
was
like,
gonna say, I feel like it also depends on the type of like thing that you're reacting to. Like if it's like somebody told me some fucked shit, I'd be like, you got me from 0 to 100 real easily. Like that I can just like at the drop of a dime be like, what do you
yeah.
mean? Like it could be aggression, but if it's like something that is like so shocking, I don't think I'm ever like it's more like, what the fuck?
Like this
For
really just
real?
fucking yeah.
I don't know.
Um
And then okay, so back to the inner voice slash inner monologue thing. Another, I guess like to add to that, also, if when you're reading or something, like specifically, like if you like say you're reading a quote by somebody, say fucking Morgan Freeman. I say it
Can you hear
because I
their
feel like he
voice?
has one of the most
Morgan Freeman.
he has like one of the most iconic voices, right? Do you hear his voice in your head?
No,
No?
no.
Uh, yeah, I can hear it right now. Like if I'm reading, I don't know. I have to. I have never actually gone out of a way to like read a celebrity quote. For the most part, I'll hear quotes from like people I've never even heard of. So I'm
Mhm.
just like, oh, I can't even really even imagine like a voice for it because I don't have anything to base it off of.
Okay.
But I have
Yeah,
to hear.
no. That
I would have to read a Morgan Freeman quote to see if my brain would actually listen or hear it as it. To be
I feel
honest,
like I do, like especially with something that like I'm very familiar with. So like SpongeBob quotes, for example, because I love SpongeBob. Um, if I just see it, I will automatically just fucking hear the fucking SpongeBob's voice or Patrick, whoever the fuck, like immediately in my head with the same fucking inflection and everything. But yeah, I don't know. I guess some people can't do it. It's weird to me, at least. And then
like I know what you're talking about, but yeah, no. When like if I read like something or like that I know this person said, like it doesn't play in my head with their voice. It just plays in my head.
hmm.
kind of yeah, it has to depend on the type of media. I'm like thinking about interview quotes or something like that, like especially on Twitter or something. I don't really listen or hear it in their voice unless it's a really like even if it is someone that is known for their voice, it has to be I feel like the level of care I have almost I don't know. Like even think about when I'm texting my cousins and stuff like that. I don't really read it. Like I don't hear it in their voices for the most part. It's mostly mine, I think. I never really
Yeah.
given that too much thought. That's never been
Okay.
something that's been on the forefront of my mind. So I the next time something like that happens, I'm gonna see what my brain does,
Yeah.
or if I can think of
There's
like
definitely a like
their tone.
It's gonna fuck with you for like the rest of the day, if not
for about
the
a week. I'm pretty
yeah.
sure it's gonna be like this now.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn it! Now I gotta have
then-
something new to look at.
I saw another thing too. Or not. I think she talked about it. It was like she started talking about this. Like, is this what consciousness is? And then the TikTok person who like was talking about it, right?
Okay.
She's like, is this what consciousness is? And is there such thing as too much consciousness? Because when you conscious is like, I guess like you hear yourself, right? Like you hear your voice, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then what she said is like, would too much consciousness be like schizophrenia? Where
I feel like it could.
Right?
I feel like that could be. That's almost like borderline, like split personalities. That's almost DID, almost, just because there's the you that is experiencing, like, not to say that your brain and your physical body or like soul or whatever are two separate things, but I feel like almost like too much consciousness can create something like that, where it's the actual body that's experiencing it, and now it's the consciousness is aware of its disconnection from that thing almost. And then it creates that sense of like, I don't know, that sense of self, but
like
sense of everything.
Like that's where like alters come from.
I feel like you kind of I feel like it kind of leads to that route. Maybe, I don't know, could be wrong. I know that alters do spawn from trauma too. But
on a side note, I'm listening to Alter Ego by Tame Impala. Very fitting. Sorry.
I was thinking of I knew about DID before the fucking Anthiopedia shit that happened with what was her name? What was their name?
Their interview?
Yeah, I forgot the name of the. I think it was
it's something with DID in it.
Yeah, no, it was
like
DID,
the actual name.
The actual person, because I say they because I've even watched their videos, and I don't even know what their new YouTube is. Because after that they ended up like having to get off of YouTube because of all the shit that they got.
Yeah.
Because of that, because they went through, they had a switch in the middle of the interview. I think it was 2, and one was with one of their younger selves, or one of the younger ones.
Do you know what we're talking about?
And then one was with the protection.
Protector. I never saw them, but I know what you guys are talking about.
Yeah, that video. If you haven't,
they're trippy.
Watch it. It's very fucking trippy. But also,
it's trippy. It's trippy. I was gonna say, when I say trippy, it's like, I don't want to sound like ignorant about it, but it's like, because it's a real thing.
Yeah.
But it's like trippy in a sense that like your brain develops these personalities. Yeah, these coping. Yeah, basically, it's like this like a coping mechanism so real that it projects. And not only are you internally seeing it, because the person who goes through it, because obviously my classes, like my psych classes, are like that right now, is you internally see it because you know it's happening, but you don't have control over that because your brain is wired to like do these things or behave this way. Like it's such an interesting like field, and it's honestly sometimes, if you really think about like the history behind it, it's sad because of like how much people have to go through to get to that point. Like your brain has to reach a certain level of exhaustion that it starts building this barricade, and that barricade becomes that actual projection of like someone's younger self, or literally a whole nother person. It's like it's like, and it genuinely is someone else. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. What's it called? I just brought that up because I was like, the fucking. It's so weird. The mind is fucking crazy. Like, realistically, like, how the fuck it just, like, in a way defends itself because it's the only way that it knows how to survive at that point or whatever, right?
Yeah. It's fight or flight.
Yeah. Fight or flight, and just, I don't know. It's so fucking interesting to me. And then the whole consciousness thing, just, it leads me into the whole fucking, like, we talked about it, like, simulation or fucking, the Matrix type of shit. So,
ooh, can I talk about something right now that we're talking about all these like things? Did you guys see?
I remember I found the name of the YouTuber name. Their name was Nin, and they might be on a different different name now on YouTube, but that is their name. Just
she was cool. Anyway, go.
Dissociate DID.
Did you guys see? Did you guys see the guy who created Oculus made an actual fucking, like, it's obviously not commercial by yet,
Like a
And
full dive?
yeah, like
Oh,
he made
shit.
a full dive, and everybody's always like, oh, like he only did it for like for like the celebration of like today's, like yesterday was the official day that Sword Art Online went live for you anime people.
Yeah.
was that
But
yesterday? That was 2 days ago. That was 2 days ago.
was it 2 days ago? Okay,
Yeah,
2 days ago.
Sometime
2
this
days ago.
week.
Sorry.
Because
Yeah.
I remember because I played Phantasy Star almost like when I
Oh,
started
yeah.
playing.
Oh, that
it
was that was 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
That was
literally
Monday.
the
No,
day.
that was Sunday. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, he made a whole like actual system where like it fries your brain if you actually like if you die in game.
What?
And he wants to make it so obviously it's
So
a
it
project.
doesn't fry people's brain. Hopefully.
No, he wants to make a project where it's like it actually is connected, like fully like locked, so you can't take it off. So it's consequential if like
No.
it's like I'm like okay, I get
Why? I mean, okay.
because
well,
of SAO, but
oh,
but
okay.
it's like dude, like
We learned
it went
nothing
from
it.
it went from a yeah, exactly. It went from an actual like just a joke. Like people are like, "Oh, this is funny," to like, "Holy shit, this actually exists." And like they asked him, and he was just like, he wants if you're to play it, like knowing that you're going in with the chance of like
Dying?
yeah. So all the 12-year-olds are gonna make it, and us
There
20
was,
plus year olds will not make it in the Call of Duty franchises because these kids
there
are
was
just fucking
this-
diving
You're
everywhere.
fucking cranky 90s, dude.
in SAO at some point because I kept watching it for like not the entire show because I watched like
Did you get to the trauma?
first 2 seasons. What?
The trauma part? That's like season 3 where they're like so traumatized over it all that they're like still like
I think so.
he can't fucking deteriorate reality to his
differentiate.
yeah.
I think or maybe I stopped before that, but I watched. So my point was the first two, and then there was a spinoff, and
Yeah.
it was Gun Gale, but it was from the point of view of another character. I forgot the name of it honestly, but she's super small in game, and she wears pink, and she has a pink P90,
Yeah.
and she calls it Pichan. So
Yeah.
basically in the show she meets a character, and this character was somebody that was really excited for Sword Art for SAO for it to go live in the game, like to actually be a part of it. But I think she ended up getting sick or work or something like that. Something caused her to not play the game, and then she obviously didn't get stuck in the game. So for the concept of, for the people that don't know, Sword Art Online, loose concept is somebody makes a full dives VR system, which means your full consciousness is fully enveloped into this. So the idea is you think of walking, moving, things of that sort. You do it in the game, and you're experiencing it like as if you were doing it for real.
It's like the Matrix, but video game.
Basically,
Yeah.
the Matrix,
Yeah.
but you're willingly plugging yourself in. But so at the end, the idea is because during beta tests you're able to log out. Everybody goes to log out, and there's no log out button. You can't exit. So by the time everybody realizes this, they're brought together in a coliseum, and then the creator tells them, "Okay, so listen, TLDR, y'all are dying because the helmets are being taken off. Guess what? You can't do that or you die. And now the world knows that. So in order to get out of this mug, you better defeat this game. Peace. Oh, and if you die in the game, you die in real life." And then that's like the whole show.
Yeah.
Basically, it's just a bunch of gamers that get stuck in a game, and if you get killed in the game, your brain gets fried in real life.
Yeah.
So because of that, this girl, for some reason, like that, it like broke her mind because she was like a survivalist or something like that, and that was like the one opportunity that she could have experienced something in her realm of expertise, like gaming and survivalism or whatever, and she missed out on it. So she was trying to create the same experience in Gun Gale, because at some point they break, fucking spoiler alert, they break free, and then they start making other VR games, and there's a gun version. So there's a tournament, and the way she sees it is that if she loses the tournament, she's gonna kill herself.
Yeah.
And if she wins the tournament, then they think her brother or her boyfriend or something, and then the girl Peachon or whatever, they think that if she wins the tournament, she's still not going to be satisfied, and she's just gonna keep getting crazier and crazier and crazier, and it's gonna be threatening to kill herself basically because with her like not with her brother, but her brother's aware that she's gonna do it, so he kind of like enables it so she doesn't get to that point. But yeah, full dive.
Dope.
That shit
Yeah,
will be
it exists.
honestly, I feel like people like that will like exist because like people are weird, and honestly,
it's like
if someone were to tell me you're gonna be put in a battle royale situation or life or death situation, but in a video game, I feel like I would rather do that than in real life because my
Dude,
chances are better. I
my
feel
VR
like.
is still in a box.
Jesus. Oh, okay.
Um,
But so with the whole to combine the VR and to combine the mental health thing, would you guys, if you had the
Yes.
choice, plug yourself up, download your consciousness into like a virtual reality, or would you rather just like die? This is with the idea that if you plug in your consciousness as is goes in with it, it doesn't like copy it, and you don't just live and now your part of you lives in the system. No, you're full on like
Yes.
body and soul, like soul going into it, and the body just dies right there. Would
Yeah.
you guys be willing to do that, or would you want to just die off
No.
naturally?
Throw me in. Like in all serious, throw me in. I'm down.
Like, okay, but do you mean it like in a sword art type of sense?
No. Just to live your existence in the system. As long as the system's online, then
What
you're
are the
good.
benefits?
You just live
You
forever.
live forever.
Basically, consciously, digitally.
Your consciousness
in a sense.
lives forever.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
like, just go with that. Just like think of like what could possibly that would mean. Like, creating. I don't know. They could be anything, honestly.
That
I'd
depends.
get into
Okay.
I'd get into like agriculture and shit. Become a farmer.
Okay.
Part of me says
Simple
yes
life.
because obviously it's a primal fear. The primal fear of death is in everyone. So
True.
right. No, it's in everyone, dude. No matter what
I
the
don't
fuck
think.
you say.
I don't know.
No matter what the fuck you say, it's a.
I think
I-
even if you're
I'll-
even
I'll
if you're comfortable or aware of it, there is like once it hits, there is that.
Yeah,
fear.
I guess it's more
So-
like I guess I could say like I'm just more accepted of the fact that it's gonna
everyone
happen.
accepts it, but
No, there's a lot of people who don't.
Yeah,
okay,
well, most people don't accept it, but for the most part, they
Mhm.
not do. But I don't know. Everybody's aware of it.
Yes.
Basically.
You know what I'm
Okay.
afraid of? I'm afraid of like the what after. Like, am I gonna wake up?
Well, that's
Like,
that's the
Oh,
fear,
God.
right? That's the fear of like, okay, what happens next type of thing. Obviously, some people are
Ooh.
like, you go into religion and stuff like that. That's a topic for another day because I feel like that's just gonna end up causing.
No, I was just gonna add something to it because I seen a TikTok about that where it's like that whole concept of like, what if? Because it's been going around a lot lately. It's like, what if like when you reach the end of your simulation, you die. You don't wake up as somebody else. You don't wake up as a fucking animal or like a fly. Like you wake up in your bed. Like you wake up in your bed. You wake up in your bed, and it's not like you woke up. You wake up 30 years later. You wake up like 20 years before. Like you live this whole life, but your conscious lived that, and you wake up. Because there's so much conversation right now about this, where it's like even like what's his name, the scientist, all these scientists actually have been talking about it, even like space scientists, where it's like when you die, like you don't necessarily die, you just outlive the simulation, and you call your conscious gets out, because that's what Lee was talking about, and then you wake up in your bed. So remember your bed when you were 16, right? Remember where you were sleeping when you were 16, if you can remember those moments, right? Because 16 is
Okay.
like the primal core for a lot of these conversations. Is that's the moment you wake up. You wake up in that, but you got to live all of this. But you got to live before all this exists because of how fast like shit's moving, how things are being developed, how the world's changing, and things like that.
Well, with that being said, or with that question or that statement, it all depends on what the person believes.
Mhm.
Because we could say that, and somebody that is hyper Christian, hyper religious will think blasphemy, bullshit. Once
Yeah,
you
of
die, you
course.
go to heaven.
Mhm.
It
Or
all
hell.
depends on the person's belief, because it's all
Yeah.
very, very different. But like, because I kind of agree to that extent. Like not to go into the whole belief thing, but my personal belief, like very surface level, is that there's something at the end, whether that's heaven or hell or whatever. I believe there is something. I don't think it's just pitch black, because for me, I just think it's so bullshit. Really, that's what's gonna happen. Like, living kind of sucks, you guys. Like, let's be real. There's just too much bullshit, and we have to go through all this like hardship, and for what? I would hope at the end it's to experience what it feels to feel all the good and all the bad, even even with that being said, a lot of people have gone through some shitty shit, but the soul itself is, experiencing it. I would hope that for the most part, once your soul's done experiencing something, it like goes to something else. Because if it doesn't, fuck that. Hell no. Give me a choice. I would love to choose to skip this part. Hell no. I'm good. This is
So that's why
well,
I
as me
say
as a person, I like to skip to the end of a lot of things or like read synopsis for
I
stuff
don't.
or watch 1 minute videos.
Well,
So I can't.
No.
that's your
Give me to the ending.
that's a psychological type of shit where it's like you want answers. We've been over that.
Yeah.
You said that you want answers
At
just
the
to
end,
everything.
I want to ask questions,
Right.
and I would hope that I have the answers to all my questions.
Me
If there
per-
isn't, then I'm gonna be kind of
Right. Me personally, so like I said, there's that fear of death or whatever. Not fear, but like, what happens after.
questioning. Yeah.
But what's it called? I also just feel like I am an atheist for whoever doesn't know. So I do believe that once you're gone, you're gone. Whatever, nothing really happens. But what's it called? When you brought up the whole like nothing happens and this is all for bullshit, I feel like in my head I've already kind of accepted that, saying like, you know what, like, and for me, life isn't really just, there is no meaning. There is no real reason to experience all of this besides just making the best of it. And I feel like that's all there is to that. So that being said, that's why I said on one half I would want to upload my consciousness, because that way I avoid that. But at the same time, I'm just like, well, it has to end sometime. So that's me.
With to put the cherry on top of both of the conversation, there's 2 movies, both very different spectrums, one very very fucked up, and then one very good. You guys should watch. I've recommended already. One movie I had I was watching, I think, like most fucked up endings of movies or something like that. One of those lists, not a Mojo list or whatever, but I was sitting here and I was because the spooky season is ending, so a bunch of things are like weeding out of recommendeds and timelines and stuff like that. There's this movie that I completely forgot even existed, but it's called Martyrs. It's a French film. Um it is not for the weak of heart, for the lighthearted, for damn sure. It is a fucked up movie. It is very gruesome, and the concept of it is pretty fucked. So the point of the movie is there's this it basically this group of people are kidnapping women specifically, and putting them through the most fucked up torture and just gruesomest experiences you could think of. And the whole sole purpose is to figure out what happens when you die or when you're dying, because the idea is the closer and closer you get to death, the closer you get to figure out what the true meaning is. So the idea is, I guess, for somehow the group figures that it's women that are the key. So it follows the whole movie. It follows from this woman getting captured, getting tortured, all this shit, and then to the very ending where she's on her deathbed. She is talking to the cult leader, and it basically the cult leader's like, "So what do you see?" And the camera pans over and it gets really close to her. I'm gonna spoil it because I'm pretty sure none of you are gonna watch it, because I'm not kidding. It is
Probably
a
not.
fucked up movie.
I might, whatever.
And it
Probably
gets to the
would've.
point where it hands over and you see her whispering something to the cult leader. And then the movie cuts to the cult leader. Spoiler alert. I'm gonna shake my hands now so you guys know. It cuts to the ending where she gets the members, they all meet at her house. They're all waiting at the bottom of the staircase for her to come out of the room and to give the address of what the martyr, that's what they call the martyrs. What did the martyr see? And then she asks, the guy's wondering where she's at, goes to the door of the bathroom, asks her, so where are you? And then she asks him as she's like taking off her makeup and she's like getting ready, it looks like. And she says, what do you think happens after that? And he's like, I'm not too sure. I can't really guess what. She pulls out a pistol and unalives herself. Before that, she says, well, keep guessing. And she kills herself.
Oh.
So then the concept of the movie, so then that raises the question of the movie. What did she see? What did she tell her? Did she
Because apparently
say,
she saw something. Yeah.
well, that's the thing. Did she see nothing? Did she see something? Well, what's the why?
Listen, that's badass.
Why
as fuck.
is this
I'm just gonna say.
woman's choice to just off herself when she got her answer?
That way you're gonna have to bleep all the like all that.
Like it's like
Well,
what happened? So that
It's an
movie,
hour and we'll
it's
see.
a horror movie. So basically, like that's the thing. And then the other, so that's one side of the spectrum, like some real fucked up shit. On the other side of the spectrum, watch Everything Everywhere All at Once. And the overall arching question is
still
like,
haven't seen it.
Me neither.
why does anything even matter? And at the end, like not really the end, but there's a message that's like nothing matters. But that's the best part. Nothing matters,
I
and
agree with that.
you give something
You give the meaning to
or the
it,
power
yeah.
for it to matter.
I agree with that.
So if nothing matters, make something matter,
Mm-hmm.
because
That's
you
cool.
make everything matter.
Mm-hmm. And with
And that's
that,
the podcast.
I think we're out of time.
Yep.
But, wow. Yeah, that was a beautiful ending. Good job, Lee.
Tee-hee.
All
Yeah,
right.
those movies really good though. Very different spectrums. I would like if anyone watches Everything Everywhere All at Once, please put in the comments or fucking hit me up in the DMs.
Yes, sir.
That movie is so good. Oh my god.
All right. Any last remarks, Steve? Music recommendations if you have any. Fuck it.
Yeah.
No recommendations, but because we're on these topics, apparently I learned November is Men's Mental Health Awareness.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's why.
So
That's
November.
funny that it's Mental Health Month and it's also Not November. So
Well, that's the
hopefully your
whole
mentals
thing.
are holding together.
That's the
That's-
flip between it.
It's
That's-
supposed to
oh.
be. It's supposed to
A
be
yoke.
Movember, which is like you grow facial hair to bring
Oh
up
yeah.
this whole thing. People have memed it and it became No Nut November.
Yeah.
No
But
Shave November,
right. So what's it called? Yeah, that the whole thing is just supposed to be like as a reminder of that it's Men's Mental Health Day.
Yeah. So yeah, with my any remark, yes, it's Men's Mental Health Awareness. But this is for everybody because for some reason there's something in the air for a lot of people lately. Not just in like
the
certain
season.
the season, and it's like it's a lot. It's so common. If you guys are feeling some type of way, don't be afraid to hit us up. We're strangers on the internet to you. If you don't feel comfortable with that, speak to your close friends, relatives, whoever. If you're just feeling a type of way, thinking a type of way, or just you know something's a little off, speak up, say something, because at the end of the day, it does count. It does matter. So, bust your nuts, speak your mind, and
Don't bust it.
And
Man, do not hit up my fucking
live-
DMs telling
Stay
me you're
strong,
sad.
boys.
Hit up your friends, please. Hit up a hotline. Don't hit me up on my DMs like that.
I
don't know you.
I would gladly appreciate anybody reaching out and say, hey, yo, like, I'm gonna be like, chit chat with you.
I was
a little
gonna
bit.
say a quick add on to that, because you're right, and this is important. I will add what's it called, a link to hopefully get you to the right people
in the description.
Yeah.
just to get you in touch if you need the help, or if you know somebody that needs help. Go into the description, see what resources are around you. I'll also leave the number for the National Suicide Hotline, just because that is very important too. But yeah, you are loved. Remember that, no matter what.
Yes.
And live your fucking life, man. Enjoy that shit. We're almost at the end of the year, you guys, and we're gonna bring in all the fucking laughs to this fucking rest of the month.
Okay.
Do you have any music recommendations, Steve?
Yeah, actually.
You
Please
said
don't
no.
say anything from the new Drake album.
No.
Okay, good.
Damn it. No, I'm just kidding. Shit. If I had to have one that's just stuck on my mind, it's Everything Goes On by Porter Robinson.
Oh.
It's the one that he made for League of Legends. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, obviously, I like the artist. It just happened to be that that's the one.
It's a good song, but I know the message to that song and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
I see the music video, so I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, yeah.
So that song's been on repeat. It's a nice song. It's a good upbeat song, especially when you're like just driving and you want to just bump something loud.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Everything Goes On by Porter Robinson.
Dope. Lee.
I have them. Oh, the two, because I actually said one last time. So it's just they're back to back. It's The Loneliest Time by Carly Rae Jepsen featuring Rufus Wainwright. It's so good, and people are testing her. I think the whole album is called The Loneliest Time. Yeah, The Loneliest Time. It's good. It's a good album, apparently. I want to listen to it, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to listen to it at some point this week. And the other one is Frankenstein by Claire Rosenkrantz. I might have said that one last week, I think, but
I think
either
so.
way, it's still a great song. But yeah, for sure, Carly Rae Jepsen, The Loneliest Time. That song is so good. It's so cute.
Dope.
It's such a good bop. But yeah,
That's it.
Oh, I have one more.
Okay.
oh god.
Because we're dropping two apparently. Hurt from Mercury by Tory Lanez. It's that one song that it's a sad song, but because it's so like upbeat, it's not sad at all. And I honestly, it's a good like song to just dance in your room by yourself to.
Every time somebody says depressing happy song, I think of that Japanese song.
The one that's like
That's the one that's about like
right.
yeah.
one,
How
yeah.
does it go?
I don't
Steve fucking
No.
remembered it last time. Whatever.
I don't know.
I can't think of it.
But yeah.
Damn
So Hurt for Mercury by Tory Lanez. That's why it's one of his like most like disco funk albums, but good song.
Cool.
Richard,
All right.
what about you?
I guess it's two. I have two. Oh, I only thought of the first one, Tame Impala, because I'm a fucking diehard Tame Impala fan.
Impala simp, certified.
Yes. But
Yeah.
I guess because of the theme, I guess, of this episode, in a way, a song from their most recent album, it's called On Track. It's just literally kind of like the perception of like no matter like what kind of happens in your life, no matter how slow of progression you've made or whatever, you're still technically on track. Just keep going. Like it just gets easier. It'll get easier. That's the whole fucking message of the song, which fucking great. It's so fucking honestly beautiful when it comes to harmonization and all this stuff. So yes. And then second one, kind of more upbeat, but it's still pretty chill. I heard this band when I went to go see the Drums back in 2019. They were the opener. They're called Chai. They're from Japan, and they have a
Chai. You saw Chai live?
Yeah, dude, they were fucking sick.
How cool! I have
And,
Chai on my fucking like song.
And the song I'm recommending is Curly Adventure.
I don't think I've heard that.
Good luck trying to find it on Spotify, because I think they only have it in Japanese. I'm honestly sure that if you type it out in English, it'll come out anyway. Curly Adventure.
Even just typing in Chai, you can find it on
Yeah.
the discography on there.
It's just dope. It's very chill / like nighttime ride type of thing.
I gotta hear it. That sounds cool.
Keep in mind,
I like Chai.
Chai does have a distinct singing style where they are kind of
Yeah,
like
they do.
anime girl type of vocals, but it's still pretty fucking dope in my opinion. I like it a lot. So yeah, those are my two.
That's cool.
Anything else?
Oh, my image for this podcast is from Black Clover. I started watching it. That protagonist is
I need
so
to
annoying
watch.
as shit. And if anyone
Dude,
fucking says
it's so
that
hard
you
to
just
get
don't
through
know
it.
how to deal with
No,
it. Like, yeah, no, I don't. I don't like
He's-
screaming children.
he's
like, at all.
annoying.
I don't like screaming teenagers. I like screaming in my ear all the time.
Yeah,
like, yeah,
I'm
of course
like-
I don't know how to deal with it. The fact that you know how to deal with it speaks to your trauma, not mine.
I'm at like
So-
episode like 400 and it's still
Remember,
So I'm watching Black Clover.
Dope.
That's what
All
I'm
right.
watching.
So from
That's it.
us balls of trauma to you, thank you guys so much for watching and listening. What's it called? We love and appreciate all of you. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and leave a comment letting us know your thoughts about anything and everything that we talked about. Follow us on TikTok. All of our socials are also in the description, so if you want to follow us there and I don't know, send us a DM or whatever the fuck, that'd be great too. But yeah, we'll talk to you guys next week, and we'll thank you again later.
Joe.